Welcome to Ouch. Was that a ghost? This podcast may contain graphic material, which some listeners may find disturbing. Listener discretion is advised.
Help me.
Now that we covered that, here's your host, Liz.
Welcome back to Ouch, Was That a Ghost? This week, back again, Twisted Tales.
How's it going, buddy?
Not too shabby. And it's almost April Fool's Day. Do you have any good plans for April Fools?
Working, probably.
No pranks planned?
No, I'll be too old by then. I'll be 41.
That doesn't matter. That's the fun of April Fools. You could be 90. If I'm 90, I'm still playing pranks. Are you kidding me? That's better. You're unsuspecting.
It's like, oh, she's 96 now. She'll calm down. No, she won't.
No. I'm going to be haunting people playing pranks well past this plane of existence.
Is that Lizzie Borden? No, it's just Liz.
Oh, Lizzie's my idol. So today we're going to be talking about historical April Fool's Day pranks.
So you had a theme already.
Mm-hmm.
This is good. I like your style.
April Fool's is the day when you can't trust anyone, especially pregnancy announcements or any big news at all. A day of trying to play harmless pranks on family or friends. Well, hopefully harmless.
Yeah, I said I was pregnant last year. Nobody believed me.
Really? Maybe you didn't sell it.
I mean, I could have. A little bit harder, I guess.
Yeah. So although no one is 100% sure when April Fool's pranks started, some say it was in the Canterbury Tales back in 1392 that it's referenced, but some dispute and say that they're talking about it but not being on April 1st.
Okay,
It's more commonly thought to have originated in the 16th century.
we'll go with that.
In 1508, there was a French poet. I am so good at French names, so don't question how this pronunciation comes out of my mouth.
Sacre bleu.
Eloy de Amarel.
Perfect. That's what he was called.
In his poem, he talked about April fish.
April fish.
It's a tradition of putting fish on others' backs that were gullible. And this was a clear instance of April Fool's trickery. But how funny would that be, just running around taping fish to other people's backs?
I was going to send you a video 2 days ago there. One guy was sleeping on his belly, so they taped chicken wings to his back like he had angel wings, but it was just 2 chicken wings, and everybody was laughing, but he was getting pissed off. You didn't know about the wings?
It's not April chicken. It's April fish. They just sound ridiculous.
That's awesome.
They also cite a 1561 Flemish poem that tells of a man of nobility on April 1st sending one of his servants on fool's errands. So he'd send something to your house and it would have like a note like, hey, we're just messing with this guy, and they'll just keep sending him around as much as possible.
Oh, nice.
Others have theorized its connection with the changing of the calendars from the Julian to the Gregorian calendar in 1582. This was introduced...
Not the Gregorian.
The Gregorian.
Duh.
This was introduced by Pope Gregory VIII. And this shift in the calendar shifted the New Year's Day from April 1st to January 1st. So people that didn't acknowledge or remember that change, like if you were celebrating New Year's Day in April, you were ridiculed as April Fool.
Really?
Yeah, and so you'd get a fish stuck on your back, You don't want that to happen.
No. What kind of fish?
I'm not sure. Couldn't be too big.
Probably just whatever they caught.
Yeah. That's just a few theories. Others think Roman festivals, for example, Hilaria, were in late March, right before April. They had a lot of celebrations with mocking and costumes that would be used, or some say Hindu, Jewish, Persian traditions as the possibility of the origin. Some historians say that maybe it was the weather changing and the vernal equinox that fooled people.
You know what? I think it was the equinox.
In 1686, an English author, John Aubrey, referred to April 1st as Fool's Holy Day. There was also a mention of Scotland's hunting the gawk, where you would try to send others on foolish errands. But I like that it kind of has a mystery. It adds to its charm. You don't really know when it started.
No, I mean, that's kind of cool. Like, it probably went a little bit before everybody's saying, though. You know what I mean? Because people always play pranks. Look at, like, Halloween and shit, like how that came to be and stuff.
At some point, it made its way to the US in the 1800s. And now it's a normal thing for everyone to try to pull a prank on April 1st. You know, you trying to convince everyone you're pregnant.
That's right. Twins.
And just about everyone has a story, you know, of something that happened to them or that they did. We're going to talk about some notable April Fool's Day pranks today.
Sounds good.
Sorry, my
I'm
cat
pretty happy about it.
looks like she's going to jump on my head. Okay, so one of the earliest recorded pranks for April Fool's Day was back in 1698 in London, and residents were invited. Why did I say it like that? Residents were invited to the Tower of London.
Did they push them off?
They did not.
April Fools.
There in the moat, the residents could come and see the ceremony of the washing of the lions,
Okay.
which of course didn't exist. They didn't have all the lions in the moats washing them. After this, they just kept this tradition up. Like one year, they'd be like, come here and go to the White Gate. And there's no White Gate at the Tower of London. You know, they'd just mess with people. Okay, so in 1961, the BBC advertised a concert that was by a distinguished continental pianist. Did you ask who was this distinguished continental pianist?
Yes, I got. So who is this continental pianist?
It was Lerpaloof.
Is that so?
Everyone was pumped. They could not wait to hear this. Lerpaloof, tickling those ivories.
Jesus Christ.
But then it was canceled. They freaking canceled Lerpaloof.
People were pissed, I bet.
Lerpaloof, aka April Fool's spelled backwards.
Oh, really?
Lerpaloof.
Ah.
So on April 1st, 1962, Sweden's, I can't believe this, their only television channel. They had one TV channel.
One.
So they announced to viewers that there was a hack that they could try at home. This one channel, which was broadcast in black and white, had an expert, well, the station's technical expert, Kjell Stenson. He came on and told viewers how they could watch the channel in color.
That's never switching to color?
Well,
from black and white.
Even though it was broadcast in black and white, he was going to tell them how they could watch it in color. He used a lot of jargon about light, spectrum, interference. And he found that using a mesh screen would make the black and white appear in color by bending the image. And they at home could do this. All they had to do was take a nylon stocking, stretch it over the screen, and you just had to move your head back and forth while watching it, and then you could see it in color.
I bet you a lot of people did this.
Thousands tried, and they found out they had been duped, and they were out a pair of nylon stockings to boot. See how he did boot?
To boot?
To boot.
That's pretty funny.
In 1974, April 1st, obviously, in Sitka, Alaska, residents saw Mount Edgecumbe. This was a 400-year-old dormant volcano. It began to smoke. So residents just poured onto the streets. Police, military were called. Military helicopter was sent out to see what was going on. And as it approached the mountain, they saw a big pile of burning tires in the volcano. And written in snow on the side of the volcano, it said April Fool.
Nothing like a good fire to bring people together.
Well, they all thought the volcano was going to burst. I'd be freaking out.
But they just threw shit inside of it and made it burn. That's cool.
Yeah, the pile of the tires. And this being the prank of a logger named Oliver, his nickname's Porky, Bicker, him and his crew, and the crew was called the Dirty Dozen. The thing with this prank is he did tell the FAA that he was going to do it and the police, but he forgot to tell the Coast Guard. But the Coast Guard was a really good sport about it, and he thought it was hilarious. So I guess it all turned out okay.
And it worked out in the end. No charges laid.
No charges laid. In 1976 on BBC Radio, April 1st, British astronomer Patrick Moore told listeners that the Jovian-Plutonian gravitational effect was going to happen that very day. This meant that Jupiter and Pluto were going to align temporarily that very day at 9:47 a.m. And by this happening and aligning with Earth, it would create a gravitational pull that would affect the Earth's gravity.
So it messed things up on Earth, most likely.
This meant anyone wanted to feel weightless, they could jump at exactly 9:47 a.m. So 9:47 a.m. came, and on the radio station, Patrick Moore instructed Stella. Oh my gosh, not Stella. She just jumped on my head. Hold on, I just gotta open
I
the
knew
door
it.
for her. Oh, she opened it herself. My cat can jump up and open the door now. She's a psycho. Um, sorry. Now that she's gone, I can concentrate. So on the radio station, Patrick Moore instructed jump now. And then the phone lines at the BBC started lighting up. People wanted to share how they had all floated. One caller said, I was in a room with 11 friends and we all began to orbit around the room.
Oh, wow.
That's not funny to you?
I think it's pretty crazy that people are actually jumping and thinking that they were floating.
Yeah, I love how like the power of influence can just make you see or what you want to feel.
Exactly.
On April Fool's Day 1980, the BBC announced that to keep up with the times, they were going to replace Big Ben's clock face with a digital readout, and the hands would be given away as a prize to the first listeners who contacted the show,
Hey, okay.
which obviously was a prank. But people were losing their mind. They were like angry calls. They were pissed off, like, you can't do that to Big Ben. Like, dude, it's a joke. It's April Fool's. Stop. In 1985, Sports Illustrated published an article about this up-and-coming rookie pitcher, Sid Finch. Sid was an orphan, a Harvard dropout,
Harvard.
Harvard Yard. And then he went on to a Tibetan monastery. There he studied and mastered yoga. And he had this supernatural mind and body control. He was also a gifted French horn player.
Yes, he was.
He could throw a fastball at 168 miles per hour without even warming up.
That's insane.
He would pitch with one boot on and one bare foot. And he always had his French horn with him because he didn't know if he wanted to actually play baseball or not.
Just practicing between innings on the French horn. Might get discovered by somebody in the bleachers.
People were like all crazy about him. People were trying to recruit him. It's just funny. That's why you don't believe anything on April 1st. If you have a big announcement, you got to re-announce it on April 2nd.
True.
So back in 1996, April 1st, Taco Bell took out a full-page ad in like 5 or 6 newspapers. They declared they were going to help reduce the country's debt by purchasing the Liberty Bell. And they were going to rename it the Taco Liberty Bell. And again, people not being able to take a joke flooded the National Park Service and newspapers with angry calls. And by noon that day, Taco Bell did a press release saying, like, it was just a joke, chill out. People were all upset, even after they found out it was a joke. Like, come on.
Oh, it's a joke now, is it?
You can't joke about the Liberty Bell.
Motherfucker.
But Taco Bell, being a really good sport, they also donated $50,000 towards preservation, which was really nice.
Probably felt they had to.
But come on, take a freaking joke. Like, that's harmless fun.
Well, I mean, people are probably going to be way spiteful about this. The Taco Liberty Bell? Are you kidding me?
I'm like afraid of it. It's just such good trash food, but oh my gosh,
Fries Supreme.
it destroys everything in me.
Oh, yeah, I know my buddy went to Taco Bell the other day because his kid wanted it for his birthday. I was like, how was it? And he's like, dude, I shit instantly. I'm like, there you go.
It's like your body repels it after a certain age. It scares me to even go there
It's going to be some drive home, eh?
if I make it. All right. So
Oh, God.
in 1998, another fast food restaurant, maybe inspired by Taco Bell, who knows? They announced a specially designed menu item.
This is intriguing.
They designed it for the almost 1.5 million left-handed Americans. I guess they didn't include Canadians. Sorry, Chris.
Oh.
So their design featured, oh, I didn't even say who it was. It's Burger King. Their design featured the condiments being rotated 180 degrees to finally cater to those left-handed Whopper lovers.
That's amazing.
Thousands flooded to try the new left-handed Whopper. And some of the right-handed people came hoping to still be able to purchase a right-handed Whopper. You know, you don't want to get them mixed up.
No, you don't.
They never really thought I could just turn the burger around and that's the same thing. No?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no.
That's so hilarious. There's a bunch of other notable ones, like when Elon Musk tried to file for bankruptcy as like a April Fool's thing for Tesla, but it backfired, messing with stock prices. There's tons of video game ones like Neopets, Fortnite, the grenades. I don't know. What other video game ones do you know?
Not too many, actually. I don't know.
Well, they do a bunch on video games.
I wasn't too keen on the video game situation for April Fools.
Oh. Well, they usually put it right back the next day. It's just to be funny.
Yeah, quick little thing or something.
Yeah, but it's fun.
April Fools is always fun.
And the BBC also did one about flying penguins. Everyone knows Rick Rolled. You know what I mean? How YouTube used to put Rick Astley's song, Never Gonna, what is it? Never Gonna Give You Up.
Give you up, yeah.
And there was one in 1989 where Richard Branson faked a UFO landing by London using a hot air balloon that was shaped like a saucer. And same thing, people lost their mind.
Oh, this is some good stuff.
This is my favorite. This is the last one. On April 1st, 1957, the BBC ran a 3-minute segment featuring a family in Ticino, Switzerland. This Swiss family was shown on video harvesting their crops. Their crops being spaghetti, which grew on trees, so obviously it had to be harvested.
I remember this one, yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So they went into the Swiss spaghetti harvest, and thankfully the spaghetti weevil had disappeared by then. And viewers flooded the BBC with calls on how they could get seeds to grow their own spaghetti tree. And the BBC shared how they could just place a sprig of spaghetti in a tin of tomato sauce and hope for the best.
That was it?
How else are you going to grow spaghetti? You just sound crazy right now.
No, you're right. I'm totally sorry.
They're so fun, but I just hate when people aren't good sports about it. Like, you know what I mean? It's a joke. Take a joke.
Yeah, I mean, there must have been some good sports about it, you know, but like people snap over everything, even these days. Like, it's way worse than it used to be.
Oh, 100%.
It's terrible. You can't even joke.
If you fall for spaghettis growing on trees, because I get they didn't have like the internet back then and that was new to that area. Like spaghetti was a new thing, making it's over to London, Britain, the UK, whatever. But come on, take a freaking joke.
Yeah, it's too bad that they wouldn't just take a joke, right? They caused all that extra grief for people to even come out and have like press conferences and stuff like that.
Good grief, Charlie Brown.
Good grief. Oh well, I enjoyed these stories, so.
April Fool still rocks. I mean, it's a day where it's socially acceptable to be playful and childish, breaking the monotony of the 9 to 5 or whatever work hours you do.
Yeah, you said April Stools.
April, did I? I was trying to say fool still, and it didn't work. So I guess it's April Stools. April Fish Stools. April Taco Bell Fish Stools. I'm just going to keep adding unless you stop me.
Oh no, it's going to be great.
Stella, I thought you left me.
No, she's back.
She's like the creature.
You want to be part of the podcast.
I swear she's a cryptid.
She's your co-host now.
She tries to sit on the computer, right on the keyboard.
Oh yeah, no, you got to do something like that. How else are you going to get podcasts done?
Bullied by my cat. This ain't right.
Well, April Fools, everybody. Ouch, was that a Stella?
That's all I got. You don't have any good ideas for April Fools pranks?
I never have any good ideas for anything.
They have these really cute ones you can do, like, but there's sandwiches you can make. Like, you can, like, angel food cake, and they slice it, and then they take frosting and put, like, you know, make it look like cheese, like yellow and orange, whatever you have to do to get to the right color. And then they, like, grill the outside of the bread so it looks like a grilled cheese, but it's actually an angel food cake with frosting.
You know, that sounds pretty good.
They just have, like, fun little things like that. So when you bite into it, it's nothing like what you expect.
Just fooling everybody with the fake cakes and stuff.
I was so mad when my youngest son before was into pranks and all that. And I always have, I know it's not good for the environment. I've gotten better at bottled water, but I used to always have my fridge stocked with bottled water. And he had this idea to take vinegar and shoot it in some of the water bottles. And I was so mad because I would just throw them all away because I'm like, I'm not going to take the chance that I'm drinking vinegar. But like, that was not funny.
It's pretty funny.
At the time, I was like, oh, I just want water and I don't want to have vinegar.
That's amazing.
And then my two boys have done the one where they put the bowl, they put water in it and stick it on the ceiling and, you know, stick a broom under it and have his brother hold it. So then he's stuck. And if he moves, you know, the water's coming pouring down, or he can just stand there all day holding it against the ceiling.
That's pretty fun too.
Or the
it's like, yeah, I got this.
the saran wrap on the toilet, which is like terrible because then I'm the one that cleans up these jokes.
Oh, still pretty funny.
No, April Fool's is so fun. I didn't know if you had any good stories, but if you don't, then forget you.
Yeah, no, unforgettable.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Chris, for coming on. And if you do think of any good pranks, let me know. And if anyone has had a good prank done to them, or you have done a good prank yourself, let me know in the comments below. I love to hear them.
You would?
Yes. And good luck with everybody's spaghetti rowing.
Oh yeah, no, I got my spaghetti trees planted now.
Just watch out for them darn spaghetti weevils.
Oh, they're coming. It's all that time of year.
They're a coming. All right. Well, thank you everybody so much for listening, and I guess happy early April Fool's Day.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you need more content or just want to help support the podcast, head on over to patreon.com and search Ouch, Was That a Ghost? If you need some snazzy merch, you can find it at crowdmade.com by searching Ouch, Was That a Ghost? If you have a story you'd like to share, you can email it to ouchwasthataghost@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook and all the other social media platforms under Ouch, Was That a Ghost?
Help me.
All links can also be found on ouchwasthataghost.com.